Hi friends, I'm Kamni. So today I thought I shall introduce my art materials to you that I use for drawing, painting, crafting and all. And I know that most of you admire art but are not that aware about what materials should be used. So I thought I shall give you an idea about it. But I have to tell you that I don't have the best quality things with me. The collection that I have is very small compared to other artists because I'm not a professional artist, and these are the basic things that I use for my artwork. And first of all, for pencil shading or pencil sketching, I use these pencils. I don't use a normal pencil that we used to take to school. I use these pencils that Faber Castell black matte pencil, and for shading there are different shaded pencils, and these is 2B pencil, this is 4B pencil, 6B, then there is HB but I don't have it with me right now, and this is 10B finest crystalline graphite lead, and this is more darker, and for much more darker shade I use this watercolor black pencil, and you can also use black charcoal pencil, but the problem is if you use black charcoal, there is a tendency to get spreaded. So if we touch on them, it will come off. So if you're using it, you have to use a fixture spray, and a fixture spray will prevent them from spreading. But it's really costly. For a small can, it's 200 rupees. That's it. And for pen sketching, before that, for drawing on a white black surface or a black chart paper, you can use this white charcoal, and there are colored charcoals too, and this is white in color. And then for pen sketching or pen drawing, I use these type of pens, and this is a pen that I used earlier which was gifted by my uncle, and this is Stellar Pigment Liner point 0.5, and this pen costs 100 rupees, and this pen's ink ran out and I can't use it anymore. And there's also another Stedler pen which costs 800 rupees for a single pen, and I don't use it because I can't afford it. Then I use this brush, and this is a pen that I'm using right now, and Snowman point 0.5 pen, and this costs 85 rupees, I guess. You can see this is the nib, and there are different size pens. This is point 0.5, then there is 8.8 and all, and these are brush pens that I use for painting and drawing, and this is a brush like thing you can see here, and this is 65 rupees, and you can just, I'll show you what it looks like. You can brush like this, you can sketch like this, and this pen is very good for calligraphy pen. And there is thicker brush pen, that is this is a Japanese material pen, and then there is a smaller brush pen that is Copic multi-liner pen. This is small in size, and this pen to this pen, the effect is very different. Okay, that's it. Then I use these, then I'll show you something, that is, this is a pencil drawing that I did with those pencils that I introduced to you, and this is a drawing that I did with a normal pencil, so you can see the difference here. And then I use watercolor pencils for painting, and these are watercolor pencils, and watercolor pencils are available in with different companies, and this is Camlin watercolor pencil with 25 shades, and it costs really 150 rupees, I guess. And there is a Faber Castell watercolor pencil with 250 rupees, and then there is Stadler watercolor pencil which costs 850 rupees. And these pencils make the purpose very easier. The procedure will be easier as compared to these watercolors, artist watercolors that I have with 12 shades. Okay, the difference is it is very convenient for us to use while we are traveling and all. And this is a watercolor pencil painting that I did, that is, and this is the watercolor painting that I did. So you can see the difference. So with this pencil, if you want, you can you'll get a very good smudgy and blending effect. And if you want to leave it just like this, you can leave it like this. Or if you want to transform it into a watercolor painting, what you have to do is just take some brushes and just make it wet. That's all. That's it. And there are some other watercolors that we get that are available, that is Pebeo watercolor cakes, and it's really costly, and I don't have it with me. And these are the brushes that is left with me, and This is the only brushes that is left with me. I was having a whole big collection of 60 to 50 brushes, which was gifted by my uncle of different companies and different materials, different sizes. And I carelessly lost them all on my other festival at college. And I had a bad habit of not washing my brushes thoroughly at time while using acrylic colors and I destroyed all of them. And I was not knowing that these brushes are very costly until I was in need of buying it myself. I realized it's really costly for each and single brush. It costs really 35, 45, and for a washing brush a single brush costs 150. And you know something, there are brushes with natural hairs which are very costlier, and there is brushes with squirrel hair which are imported, and that really costs almost 8,000 rupees for one single brush. So that's it about brushes. And now what I have to show you, and this is a pouch that is made by my grandma. So I can take it everywhere, just roll it like this, and I can take it everywhere while traveling and all. I can draw anywhere. And these are the papers that I use for drawing. This is Canson imported paper sheets, imported sheets, and it's costly. And then these are the sketchbooks that I use for drawing. I take it while I travel and I draw on it anywhere I want. And this costs 200 rupees, and this costs 160 rupees. And there are costly books too. And then these are handmade watercolor papers that for one chart paper size sheet it costs 40 rupees, and I just cut it into 8 pieces. That's it. And these are glass colors that I have, 6 shades is there, and this is 85 rupees. And then I have these fabric paints with me. These fabric paints with me, and I use these paints for coloring on, painting on my clothes. And this is actually the diluted form of acrylic colors, you know. And I have these acrylic colors with me, and this is really costly. This is an acrylic color gifted by my uncle, and its company is Pebio, and Pebio is very costly because it's a best quality thing. And this tube costs almost 800 rupees, I guess, 500, at least 500. And this is gold color. And I have these acrylic colors with me and watercolors with me, and most of them was bought by my uncle, gifted by my uncle and my dad from Dubai and all. And some are imported, some are not available in Kerala. That's it. There are I was having a whole variety of colors which was not available here, but I lost them all. And these are oil pastels that was gifted my tuition student. And there are dry, this is oil, these are oil pastels, and there is dry pastels too, but we need fixture spray for that. And these are glitter pens that I use for crafting. And these that's it. And this is 3D color pen that I use for crafting. And that's it. And these are the things that I use for my artwork. And I hope you enjoyed my video, and thank you.